This video is for all of my token fiends. If you are a token fiend like me, who has to get your AI hit, your AI working every single day, then this video is for you because although you may be a token fiend, you have to make sure that you are a functional token fiend. I'll tell you this, right? When I first got Lovable, I went all in. I had the plan that has 100 credits for the month, and within 2 days, I was at 95 credits already. I was so excited. I'm like, oh my god, I can build so much so quickly. But then I hit a wall. I hit a wall.
Bruh. Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yep, that's what happened. I hit a wall because I did not have a strategy or an approach. I'm like, oh, I just started building like 3 different things at the same exact time. I was like, you know what? I'm so addicted. I even went and I created a separate account. I said, you know what? I'm going to have one for my business endeavors. I'm going to have one for my personal endeavors when I'm creating like my little fun apps and my prototypes, things for like the family, just trying things out. And I ended up having 2. I had 2 accounts. Yes, I did. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Right. But it wasn't efficient. It wasn't smart. It wasn't functional. It was very, very addictive behavior. So that's why today I want to talk to you about having effective token and credit load management. Welcome to another episode of Software Explorations, Concept and Overviews, hosted by your shitty tech Droff, where we are engineered to win, or as my friends love to say, they love to say, which I certainly agree with, I do my very, very best to annoy you. Yes, you. Yes, you. To annoy you to success. But your annoyance is my pleasure in seeing you victorious, seeing you win, seeing you accomplish all of your goals. Every time you accomplish your goal, you just going down the checklist, check, done. I'm like, another one. That's how I feel. So now let's get into this. I know that if you're a sports fan, you hate load management unless the load management is happening on a star player who plays for your team and you did not attend the game that they're playing in. So for instance, right, let's take a player like Stephen Curry, right? Let's say you live in a small, let's say you you live in Charlotte, North Carolina, right? And you want to go to a Charlotte Bobcat game. And you waited the entire because Golden State is only going to go there one time in the year. But to your chagrin, it is closer to the end of the year than at the beginning of the year, or maybe it's at the beginning as well, right? Who knows? But let's say Golden State is doing pretty well and it's closer to the end of the year. Your Charlotte Bobcats are doing abysmal. They have no chance of making in this season. They have no chance of making the playoffs for next season, right? So you're like, but you saved up a bunch of money to go to the Golden State versus Charlotte Hornets game, or Charlotte Hornets. That shows how old I am. The Charlotte Bobcats are they from the Bobcats? Whatever their team name is at this point, right? But you save a bunch of money to go to it. You want to get like not necessarily front row seats, but close enough that you can smell the players on the court, right? So you're like, oh, I'm gonna go see Stephen Curry. I'm gonna go see him hit 30 threes from 35 feet. Yada yada yada. And the day comes. The day comes, you and your kids and your spouse, you're like, I'm gonna go see Stephen Curry. I'm gonna go see Stephen Curry. All that good stuff, right? So you don't bought these tickets in advance because you know if you waited till the closer to the game, those tickets would be skyrocketing. They would be skyrocketing, right? So now you finally make it to the game. You're like, oh, Stephen Curry, Stephen Curry. I'm going to see a 35-foot three-pointer from a logo three, right? And now they're calling the starting lineup, and they don't say Stephen Curry in the lineup. You're like, what's going on here? And you find out. So you pull out your phone and you do a little search, and you see they announced 5 minutes before game time that Stephen Curry is not playing. But it is not because he is hurt. It's because the team made a decision to rest him to get ready for the playoffs.
I hate it here. I want to go home.
So you just paid all this money and you bought tickets for the spouse, for the kids, maybe for your nephew or niece. You don't got him a hot dog and everything. You bought a Stephen Curry jersey just to see Stephen Curry, and Stephen Curry isn't even there.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So that's sports load management, right? I'm gonna break down to you though effective token management, because this is going to change your life. It's going to save you so much money. It's going to help you be an effective token fiend. All right, so let's get into it. So here's what I did. I had this concept in mind, different ways of breaking down how to use my tokens on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis. And what I did was I went to Gemini. I said, all right, Gemini, here's the issue that I had. Here is how I've been strategizing to use it. Give me some documentation on how I would take my 100 tokens that I get monthly, my 100 credits that I get monthly, and the 5 daily credits, and I want to make the most of it, right? I don't want to fumble any tokens. To me, if you ever seen those old movies, right? Fumbling a token is like when you hear the knock at the door, as DMX said, boom, 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 ATF, open up. It could be, oh, boom, 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 police, we have a search warrant. And then you're scrambling. You take your bag of tokens and you run to the bathroom. And you throw the tokens in the toilet and you press flush. Oh my God. That is what happens when you fumble a token. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
They ain't believing us.
So I'm going to help you to not flush your tokens down the proverbial toilet when the proverbial token ATF comes and gets you, right? Alcohol, tokens, and firearms, right? It is what it is. So let's get into it. So what I did, I went to Gemini and I explained the situation and I explained some of my strategy, all right? And Gemini helped me come up with the concept. So I had it in mind. Gemini helped me put it into words. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go together through my Gemini prompt, so that way you can see some of the ways that I prompt stuff, how I think through things, and then you can see the response from Gemini, and then I can also throw in some additional insights, some additional nuggets, some additional tidbits as I help you not to stop being a token fiend, but to better be a functional token fiend. I saw the other day somebody was getting they were getting on this one person for being quote unquote overly reliant on AI, and the person was like, "Well, AI is my personal assistant. It is my personal assistant. It is AI is what I need it to be." So I'm like, you know what? I like my token fiend online friend here, and I'm gonna break down how to be a functional token fiend. So let's jump into it. Enough talking. Let's work. So basically, my prompt to Gemini was, I need a breakdown of how to effectively manage my credits, your credits, on the Lovable platform, that you pay for 100 credits a month, but they give you 5 credits for free daily. I do my sometimes I miss out, right? But I do my best to work on Lovable every single day to make sure I use my 5 credits for free daily. Whether it's creating a new prototype, whether you're doing a little bit of changes here or there on this app or that app, just continuing to come back. That's how they get. That's how my token dealer gets me to come back every single day. Because you know what? Yes, you bought these, but I'm gonna give you a little bit of a hit every single day. But if you don't use them, you lose them. And I know you hate fumbling tokens. All right. So the free daily credits do not roll over. So if you don't use them, you lose them. So I had originally thought about one strategy, thought about another one, but I said, you know what? Give me some different strategies. I need some different strategies for if you want to code a certain amount or time frame daily, or if you want to spend more times on the weekend using your credits. The goal is to effectively and efficiently use all of your credits so none, zero, zilch, nada are wasted. So that was my prompt to Gemini. And I use a series of different large language models. I used to use ChatGPT a lot ever since I paid for Gemini Pro. I've been exclusively using Gemini for my large language model, but I do use tools like Manus, as you saw on yesterday's release. Um, how I put Manus to the test. I use Lovable platform. I use Devin when necessary. Other image generation platforms, but all of them, they're based on tokens and credits and stuff like that. All right. So that was my prompt. Let's get into it. So this is what Gemini responded to me. It says, effectively managing your tokens or your credits on a platform like Lovable with its mix of monthly paid and daily free non-rolling over credits is key to maximizing value. And you know that we want to maximize the same way that the board of a company wants to maximize shareholder value. I want to maximize my token and credit value. Right? Wasted credits are like leaving money on the table, and God forbid we do that. Right? Here is a strategic breakdown to ensure you use every credit you're entitled to, whether you're a consistent daily user or prefer longer sessions on the weekend. And by that, what I mean is, what if you wanted to do a certain amount of work every single day? So you can say, all right, I have my 5, and then I have X amount that I use every single day, Sunday to Saturday, right? Every single day, I'm using my 5 plus. Or you can say, instead of doing it that way, let's say you do your 5 every day, and you still have your full amount, and then now in the weekend you say, you know what? If I spend 30 minutes, an hour doing my 5 free a day, and then on the weekends I spend maybe 2 or 3 hours where I use my 5 free and I use X amount based on my monthly subscription, that is also going to be another strategy. All right. Since at the core of a strategy is at the core of any strategy is simple. Golden rule: always prioritize using your 5 free daily credits. Point blank. Right. These are a use them or lose them resource, and consistently consuming them is the foundation of efficient credit management. That's a fact. So that's why at the beginning of every live stream in the evenings, I don't do them in the morning because the morning shows are a lot shorter, but at the beginning of every live stream in the evening, I will spend 20, 30 minutes using my 5 credits if I have not used them for the day to make sure that we get our hit in. Okay. So it says First, let's quantify your monthly credit potential with 100 paid credits and 5 free credits. Your total available credits in an average 30-day month are paid 100, free credit 5 daily, 30 days, that's 150. So in total, you have about 250 credits to use. That is a lot. And this idea was made before the whole what do they call it? Agent mode that Lovable came out with. So, and I'm focusing on Lovable, but I'm going to guess other platforms. Maybe I'm wrong, but if you have used Replit, if you have used Make, if you have used, I don't know how Cursor does it, but if you use those other platforms, leave me a comment. Let me know if this strategy would be applicable to those other platforms or if it's only exclusive to Lovable. All right. But this says, this gives you a substantial pool of resources provided you are diligent. Keyword: diligent, consistent, disciplined, right? So here's strategy 1. The consistent daily coder. And I'll tell you why this is a good strategy, but it can have some flaws, some limitations to it. This approach is for those who prefer to engage with the platform regularly, making steady progress on their projects each day. Great. The goal: to have a consistent and productive daily routine without burning through your paid credits too quickly. Your daily action plan. Start with the free 5. Each day, your first objective should be to use your 5 credits. This could involve quickly iterating on a piece of code, asking the AI for suggestions on a small problem, generating a new component or function. That could be about 5 credits, you know? And if you use your 5 credits, you don't have to keep going. You can leave it as is, come back to it the next day. I've done that plenty of times. I use my 5. It's not perfect, but I'm like, you know what? That's enough for me for today. I'm going to come back the next day. I'm going to use my next 5, all right? And then on the daily, it says tap into your paid credits. After exhausting your free credits, you can dip into your paid monthly allotment, right? If you guys remember the song, Dip. When I dip, you dip, we dip, right? I put my hands on your tokens. You put your hands on my tokens. When I dip, you dip, we dip, right? You guys remember that song? To make them last the entire month, you can allocate a small number of paid credits for daily use. Calculation: 100 paid credits for 30 days is 3 to 4 credits per day. This means on an average, you can comfortably use 8 to 9 credits, 5 free plus 3 to 4 paid without facing a credit shortage at the end of the month, right? Now, here are the benefits of this strategy. There is no wastage. We hate wastage, right? You will never lose your free daily credits. Fact. Consistent progress. This method encourages a steady daily habit of working on your projects. And if you're new to AI, and that's why I encourage people who don't have much AI experience, I'm like, look, you have to put in, even if you go to ChatGPT, the free one, Gemini, the free one, whatever it is they use, you go and you put at least 1 to 2 prompts daily to start getting in that habit of being a better prompter. Because I saw a video not too long ago that said the average prompt size is 9 words. 9 words. That is way too short. All right. And coming from a person who is very, very short, 9 words in a prompt is very, very short. You need longer than that. All right. I'm just saying, right? It says consistent progress. So this method encourages a steady daily habit of working on your project. Flexibility. If you need to spend more credits on a particular day for a complex task, you have a buffer on your 100 paid credits. And that's true. So let's say something takes you 6 credits today. Well, tomorrow you can use your 5 credits and not go into the 3 to 4. You just roll over to the next day, right? And that's happened to me before. The cons of this strategy, this method, and I've seen this as you get closer to crunch time to completing your project, where like you end up having some type of issue. And one of the issues that happened to me the other day was I found a nasty bug, and it took me about in like 2 hours to troubleshoot through prompting, troubleshoot it, and resolve the issue. I was looking at the console. I was looking at the network logs, copying, pasting it into Lovable, saying, okay, now I'm getting this issue. Now I'm getting that issue. Now I'm getting that issue. All the way till Lovable and I found out that it was a RLS issue, a database issue, right? The remote procedure calls, there were row level security issues. We figured that out. It started working. However, in those 2 hours, it took me my 5 credits that I get daily plus 12 credits on my account. Now, the problem is if I found this issue closer to the end of the month, where I am looking to maybe go live or something like that, make some progress, and in that short span of 2 hours, I had used up all of like I only had, let's say, 10 credits left, right? I might not have enough to fix the issue, and I would end up if it's like, let's say there's like 5 days left in the month, I wouldn't be able to fix the issue right there in those 2 hours, and then I would have my 5 credits per day, and I would end up losing context if I had to wait 5 and then wait 5. I'd lose context and trying to figure it out. It would be a mess, right? So that is one of the cons of that every day 3 to 4. It's a great strategy, but I think that it works more when you're getting started and not when you are in crunch time. Because in crunch time, you might need some additional credits. And on Lovable, you can't purchase like, I mean, you probably could upgrade for the rest of the month and then come back. But if it's at the end of the month, you don't want to go get an additional 100 credits just for 3 days where you're definitely not going to use all of them, right? So it's a little tricky. Now, the other strategy, the weekend warrior, which I might fall a little bit more in line with this because I'm so busy working on 2 accounts and creating content, going to work, going to jiu-jitsu, all the things that I do. So it's a little tricky for me to actually accomplish the daily one, but there's the weekend warrior where if you participate in my vibe code and chill sessions at tickletrap.dev, you can see how I am strategically using my credits, building out applications, seeing all the things that I'm working on. But it says this strategy is tailored for those with busy weekends who prefer to dedicate larger blocks of time, or for busy weekdays who prefer to dedicate larger blocks of time to their projects on Saturdays and Sundays. The goal: to preserve the bulk of your credits for intensive weekend sessions while not forfeiting your daily free credits during the week, right? So you use the 5 every day, you get your 30 minutes to an hour in. And then on the weekends, so let's say you have 100. So now you're bringing down 100 between 8 days, more or less. So now on Saturday, let's say if there's 100, you have 8, that comes out to 12. So Saturdays and Sundays, you're doing 12 each. So 12 plus 5 would be 17 each, Saturday and Sunday. Plus you're still using the 5 during the week, right? So the weekday action plan, the 5 credit dash. The most critical part of the strategy is to log in each weekday and use your 5 credits on a low effort task. This could be reviewing and refining small sections of your code, asking a single well thought out question to AI, planning your weekend task, and getting initial AI feedback. This ensures you bank the value of these credits without a significant time commitment. All right. Now, on Saturday and Sunday, unleash the reserves. The weekends are when you'll use your accumulated paid credits. Over a typical 4-weekend month, 8 weekend days, you'll have weekend credits, 5 credits per day for the week, right? Times 8 days, 5 weekend credits, right? The 5, the day, 8 days is 40. So monthly paid credit, 100 credits, total weekend power 140. So spread across all the weekends, 140 credits. This gives you an average of 17 to 18 credits to use per weekend day on top of the 5 you would use on a weekday. All right. So advantages of this strategy. Is that right? 17 to 18 credits per. So 8 days. No, that can't be right. 17 to 18 credits to use per weekend day. Total. Let me read that again. So weekend free credit. So 8 days equals 40 credits. 5 credits a day for 8 days, 40, 100. Okay, so I think they mean 17 to 18. I think I was right. 17 to 18 per day. Okay, per day. On top of the okay, so advantage of this strategy, deep dive. Allows for long focused sessions to tackle complex problems and make significant progress. So if I had that issue I was talking about, that database issue, I would have been able to hit it in a weekend. So even if I spanned it across Saturday and Sunday, I won't lose as much context from a long session on Saturday to a long session on Sunday, versus trying to spread it out five, 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 right? Maximum efficiency. You still benefit from the free daily credits, preventing any waste. Structured flexibility. This approach provides a clear plan for both your busy and free days. All right, great. So that's where I fall more in line, and I get to spend the weekends working with you guys, talking with you guys on our vibe code and show sessions. Okay, says regardless of the strategy you choose, these general principles will help you get the most out of every credit, and that is what's most important. So now some strategies, right? Plan your prompts. Before you start typing, think about what you want to achieve. A well-structured prompt will yield better results and save you from wasting credits on follow-up clarification. And something that I do, right? It's not like I don't write out all my prompts, but I will have a running list on the different projects that I'm working on, what I need to do. So I say, all right, and I check it out. All right, this is done, this is done, this is done. Oh, I need to do this. I need to do that. One of my bigger projects where I have a team working on, we actually manage it as a Scrum project through Jira, and it is semi. It's like part training, part like work, or you know what I mean. So it just depends, but definitely plan your work, plan your prompts, plan your work. Right? It says track your usage. Keep an eye on your remaining credits, and you guys see like when I'm going through the like when I'm working on it, I'm always checking my credits. Is this going to use 2 credits? Is this going to use 1 credit? How many do I have left? I'm a functional token fiend. I am a functional token fiend. Right? Set a session goal. Before you start working, decide what you want to accomplish. This will help you stay focused and avoid aimlessly using credits by adopting the right strategy for your schedule and being uh, mindful of your credit consumption. You can ensure that you're effectively and efficiently using all 250 of your monthly credits to bring your projects to life. Let me see what this one is. So this is another one that I put in, right, because so take this as a little a bonus. Here is a bonus, right? When you are working on these projects, you always want to have a way to refactor. But when you refactor, it's possible that some things might break. But also when you refactor, it is going to make your components smaller, but it's going to use your credits too. So I said, I would like some ideas on when is the right time to refactor the long pages of code via Lovable that will effectively manage my tokens. Should it be at the end of the month, at the beginning, mid-month? How do I budget my token usage for implementing new features as versus refactoring code? Right. So that was my question. So it says deciding when to refactor your code versus when to build. You know what? Scratch that. Scratch that. Scratch that. We're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that. Next video, we are gonna get into refactoring your code efficiently and effectively on these platforms. Right. So let's go to full screen. Let's go to full screen. I was about to get into it, but that is a whole other video that it'll take us some time to get into, and I think that is a good standalone video. How to refactor, one of the most important things you could do, right? Refactor your code efficiently and not waste and burn all your tokens. So that'll be next week. That will be next week. Do me a favor as we wrap this show up. Let me know, was this helpful? Are you a token fiend? Was this helpful? Will this help you not spend all your credits in one spot? I got a shiny new toy when I first got it, and I ran it up. But I have yet learned, and now I'm able to bring to you how to be an effective and functional token fiend. And it is what what it is. It is what it is. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know if it's like, drop me a comment. How do you, here's my question to you. How do you manage your tokens, your credits? I'll throw this in there too, right? I like, as I've been working on this, I ended up using, I'll do a lot of stuff with Lovable, things that I'm not sure of. I'll do it Lovable, but I've also incorporated myself, my mind, my creativity, my coding abilities. So where I'll pull in the code and I'll use Gemini to help me fix targeted issues, because sometimes I will ask someone to do something and it changes the whole layout for me, and I'm like, all right, let's roll back. But so as part of my token management, I've also been using Gemini to do some things on my own. Sometimes I bring Devin into it when it's like a really, really tough issue. I've also had Gemini change some things for me, fix some things, and then I have Lovable do the rest. So there's so many different ways that you can do to manage your tokens. These are two strategies, but as I'm learning more, I will bring more and I'll share more with you, right? But that is it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Do me a favor on your way out. If you have not, I know you did, but if you have not done so, if you forgot, if you're so intrigued by my token management skills presentation, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. As well, go to techcoachdraft.dev, sign up today. Join me this coming weekend on our Vibe Code and Chill session. I'm going to be showing you the products, the projects that we have going live. Then the next one I'm going to be working on, I have a few, right? So I'm still deciding all that good stuff. But so much to do at techcoachdraft.dev. We have our sprint review from this past weekend that we're working on. We are at the finish line and we're reviewing all the features that we implemented, all that good stuff. So check it out. It'll give you a good vision into how a software development team works, from product management, from development, from testing, from getting ready to deploy, all that good stuff. So we put all that in there. Check it out, techcoachdraft.dev. Sign up today. You can sign up for free and see all that we have to offer, and we can go from there. We can run it up as well. If you enjoyed this and you are a token fiend, get the merch. Represent. Come and represent. Get your Token Fiend shirt, get your Token Fiend hat, and we can run it up together. But until then, I'm a nerd. I am a nerd. You guys, as you can see, if I'm making a video about managing tokens, managing AI tokens, I'm a nerd.
You're such a nerd.
And I absolutely love it. But that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Wednesday. It's hump day. It is hump day, y'all. We are right in the middle of the week. We can only go up. While everybody's looking to wind down, we are looking to go up. Let's get on fire. Let's run it up. TechCoach, we are out.
People watch as the clock ticks by, but I'm the storm in the endless sky. I'll climb the mountain, no matter the slope. Fueled by hunger, fueled by hope.
They sit and watch as the clock just spins, but I'm out here chasing where it begins. I don't need luck, I don't need a sign, just a fire in my soul and a dream that's mine.
All I wanna do is win it all. Climb every mountain, never let me fall. Bet it all on me, I'm the one who rise. I'll break the limits and touch the sky.
I'm betting it all, no second glance. Got fire in my soul, I'll take the chance. No time for sitting, no time to stall. The world is spinning, I'll have it all.
They say the world just turns and waits, but I've got no time for those debates. The fire in my chest, it burns so bright. I'll take the dark and turn it to light. All I wanna do is win it all. Climb every mountain, never let me fall. Bet it all on me, I'm the one who rise. I'll break the limits and touch the sky. No retreat, no looking back. I'll carve my name on this beaten track. They'll say I dream too wild, too bold, but I'll write my story in lines of gold.
All I wanna do is win it all. Climb every mountain, never let me fall. Bet it all on me, I'm the one who rise. I'll break the limits and touch the skies. And touch the skies. No fear in losing, no time to doubt. Every whisper, I'll drown it out. I'll rise higher with every stride. The flame of passion, my only guide.